Hey guys, welcome back to the English Gentleman Game with me and Roscoe. Finally, I actually managed to have a bit of time this week to get a couple of rounds in on Bad Company 2, so here's the video. I don't bring every every game that I ever play. I think that'd be boring because some of them aren't that exciting, to be quite honest. But this one was quite good. You never know with Bad Company 2 these days, especially on the PS3. I presume it's the same for the Xbox, that you can't dictate which server you go in, you just potluck basically. So there could be 25 matches all nearly full, and yet the server may put me in a fairly shit one. But this one was quite good. It's 8v8. I don't know why I picked the UMP45. I think it's because I'm putting these mines down for two reasons, by the way. One is when the opponents advance, and two, another thing is in case they try and nick our armour, it'll blow them up. But I always try and prepare for the next set of MCOMs if I can, as well as obviously defending the current one. I see a lot of people running the UMP45, and I occasionally think, oh, give it a go, just give it another go, and then I realise it's shit and I hate it. It's the iron sights that do me. When I run engineer, I always run with extra explosives, whether it's mines or rockets, so I can't use the red dot sight, which would make it a lot easier. This is the kind of trade-off thing that I like in Bad Company 2. I think the way they balanced your options was a lot better than any other game actually I've ever played. But there you go. So I've stuck this UMP45. I think I managed to get one kill with it, and then I'd fucked up really. In fact, thinking it, I was re-watching a bit of this yesterday, and the first death I get is quite laughable really, because I go down here, I see that tank, and I think, oh, I've got mines, so I'll have to try and get close. The guy's actually in that bush I just ran past. I saw him the other day, and he just stands up and shoots me. So then I go back to my preferred weapon, the little mini Uzi. I can never remember its proper name. AK-47U or whatever it's called. Definitely my preferred weapon on this game. 74U. Well, certainly as engineer anyway. So I've got a few mines down. I decided to get the rockets out. I think I get a couple of rocket kills. I'm not sure. This was the main topic, if you will, I wanted to go over though was basically, and the title of the video saying that it's not cricket, is that this game or this session I was in, it reminded me an awful lot of when I used to go to cricket practice as a kid. Everyone was fantastic when they were in the batting team. You know, if the team was batting, there'd be 11 players there, especially if they were batting first. And then when it came to swapping sides, if you'd batted first, you could guarantee that half of your teammates would fuck off because they couldn't be arsed fielding. Because unless you're bowling, the fielding's quite boring, and it used to piss me off that half the team would bugger off and leave like 5 of you trying to field against, you know, proper decent batsmen. And this is what it feels like in Bad Company 2. Not so much in Battlefield 3. I think that's because you know that the other servers are quite empty, so if you fuck off then your choices are quite limited. Whereas in Bad Company 2, excuse me, it's pot luck. But this is 8v8 now. I thought we all worked well as a team. Not just the three of us in my squad. I thought we all worked well. And you know, disarmed the MCOM a number of times, and were quick to pick up on the different avenues or whatever approaches the enemies were taking to try and get to us. And like this sniper, I never found him, so I couldn't presume he either moved forward or got killed. But when it came, we swapped sides at the end of this round, which is about another 10 minutes long of us defending. We ended up on Laguna Presa, which I think is a fucking cracking map, and I can't think of many better ones on any other game, bar a couple on Killzone 2 that are quite good. They all fucked off. Within 1 minute of it starting, they were down to 3 players, one of whom managed to kill me with a fucking mine underwater, which was a trick I'd forgotten about. And then by the time we'd taken the first 2 MCOMs, there was 1 guy left against, well, by that point there was only 6 of us as well. I just think this sort of funny gameplay annoys me, that, you know, if you're going to play a game mode where you've got to take turns attacking and defending, then you've got to take turns fucking defending once in a blue moon. I think obviously it's too late for this game, but if I was in charge of Bad Company 3, I'd certainly do something about, you know, the number of people who don't defend, because I just think it's chicken shit basically. And I think you learn a lot about attacking when you're defending, because if you see what a smart team does when they're attacking, you can learn from that. If you're getting overwhelmed, or the other team have got like 2 or 3 players more, you can learn from watching a good team defend. I mean, there's been occasions where we've been outnumbered, or I've been outnumbered on a team of say 6, and there's like 9 attacking, and we've still won. or halted their progress at a certain MCOM because they're quite good tactics. I mean, this is annoying but a good tactic. If someone's prepared, if you've got numbers, getting that fucking stupid helicopter up is quite good, because quite a lot of time, if that guy had been smart enough, he would have. I didn't quite repair that tank in time. Then he'd have swung that. If it was me, I'd have swung the helicopter around the side, flanking him basically, where no one's going to see it, and then hovered behind him and just fucking smoked their asses, basically with immunity. That time he decided to come straight up the middle, and we spotted him and blew it out of the fucking sky. This guy was dumb. Seemed to take a bit of a beating off me now. Pardon me while I have a quick drink. This was a bit of a luxury doing this. I did think about flying, but there was a guy somewhere knocking around, so I decided to jump on the gun rather than. I was going to go backwards a bit and try and get them when they were spawning, because we seemed to be doing quite well numbers wise, and they were down to 32 tickets out at this point. Now there is a snap. Someone's just fired from down there. Well, I thought they had, but I didn't do a particularly good. I was trying to just fucking strafe with these grenade rounds, but didn't do a very good job. I didn't get a single hit marker, so I think I was firing them short because they all seem to be landing in the water. Anyway, yeah, I think, if you're outnumbered as a defender, you can learn a lot about attacking. You can learn the best approach routes where you don't get seen. For me, defending's as much fun as attacking, to be honest, because the other advantage is you get infinite lives, basically, infinite tickets. So I don't worry when I'm defending what kit I use. I generally use the engineer kit because of the mines and the rocket launcher. I don't generally run assault when I'm defending. I might do, depends. My preferred assault weapon is the AN-94 with a tap, with a 3-round burst on it, or 2-round burst, whatever it is. Excuse me. So it's quite good at long range. It's not particularly useful if there's hundreds of them hovering around an MCOM. It's not particularly useful for that, I've got to be honest. An RPG is quite good. Even this AKS-74U is quite handy. It's got quite a good fire rate, and it doesn't bounce around very much, which is another reason why I like this game, is that the gun recoils, arguably not particularly realistic, but it's certainly more suited to my style of play. Battlefield 4, fucking hell, and Battlefield Hardline, it took me ages to get used to them. I don't know what this guy thought he was doing, trying to shoot the front of the tank, the bell end, but whatever. I think he ended up getting smoked now. So yeah, I think it annoys me. It's an annoying habit that people get into where they don't defend, basically. I think if you're a fan of rush mode, you should defend as much as you attack. One thing I will say, one observation, for want of a better word, I should have fucking nailed that guy then. I had the drop on him. I have noticed, what was I going to say? Battlefield 3. There's a lot of people switch sides on that game. I've been playing that. Oh yeah, that was the point I was trying to make. Battlefield 3. I have noticed a lot of times where I've ended up defending 3 times on the trot. Now I don't know who's fucking in charge of that, but it's really annoying. So if you're a server admin, it's a fucking annoying thing, and I would fucking give you a clock in the fucking chops if I ever met you in the street for that. It really winds me up. I think I get a vehicle kill here. I did at one point with me RPG, or I've already gone past that bit. Yeah, Battlefield 3 does piss me off when you have to defend like 3 times on the trot. That fucking annoys me. I presume it's the same on Battlefield 4. Like I said, I've had Battlefield 4 for 24 hours. The main thing that put me off was the fact that it wouldn't even play. I got 2 rounds into it and it would crash me fucking PS3 completely. It was a bit of a hit and hope, that one. I fucking got it. I'm quite chuffed with that shot. I had a bit of a more long range one here. I should have aimed up a bit higher, to be honest. I think it fell short, that rocket, going for that tank. The control, I've never understood why DICE decided to change the controls for Battlefield 4. Every fucking game I've played since, certainly PlayStation 2, aim is L1 and shoot is R1. And yet DICE, fucking arrogant gobshites, decided to change it and made it R2. So I spent a lot, when I played the Hardline beta or whatever on the PS3, I was doing shit, because as a reflex, when people were coming around a corner, I was always pressing knife or grenade, whatever the fuck R1 is, and I was like, this is just properly. And I spent ages looking through the control options, and nothing. I just thought it was completely stupid. I've never understood that idea. So that's another thing that put me. Even if Battlefield 4 worked, I probably wouldn't play it very much. I mean, I would probably keep trying because it'd be busier, if you will. There'd be more players on it. But the control thing would piss me off, I have to say. And I'm not a big fan of FPS games. I'm quite chuffed with that one through the fence. I'm not a big fan of FPS games on PC. Not to say they're not very good. I'm sure they're excellent and people get a lot of enjoyment out of them. Just I'm shit on PC. Well, certainly FPS game. I quite like Sniper Elite V2. That's an enjoyable game. And I got a couple of older things off Origin recently. I got Syndicate, which is fantastic, and a proper good throwback to playing on the MS-DOS PCs of old. I got Populous, which I've always been meaning to try and never got around to doing it. I got that free off him. There was something else I got recently on the PC. Can't have been that good. It slipped my mind. But yeah, this was a good match. They've only got 14 tickets left. They got down. I'm not sure if this is the third set of MCOMs, isn't it? On there's 5 in there on Oasis. This is the third set because I think there's another 2. Yeah, there's 2 more, and then there's the end 2. It was quite good fun. It was 8, like I say, it was 8v8 all the way through. There wasn't too many wankers on either side being snipers and just camping. There was one guy on. I think there was one sniper on their team. The rest, for some reason, were engineers. I've never understood the point of running an engineer as an attacker. I don't think you're honestly going to get that many tank kills attacking. I'm not sure the defenders are ever going to come that far forward that you're going to trip them up with a mine. That's just my opinion. I always think medic's more important, simply because, especially if each well, that guy didn't fucking die, then I'll never know. He should definitely have died. Oh, I didn't realise that's why he didn't fucking die. He had that tracer dart thing rather than a pistol. Yeah, you've got, as an attacker, the number one thing is the number of tickets you've got. So I always think medic's more important. Maybe assault, because there's a few good players, and me occasionally will actually run out of ammo, and it can be quite annoying when you've got to go around and actually, you're down to no bullets and you're relying on either finding a dead body or clubbing someone so you can nick the fucking kit. But very rarely go sniper either, unless we're getting fucking steamrolled, and I'll just sit at the back and pick them off just because they're annoying. So they've got 6 tickets left. I seem to remember they put up quite a fucking fight. Yeah, I thought they rearmed it one more time. There were a few of these guys who were quite good at ducking and diving between these broken buildings, and I was thinking, right, I'll go and chase that fucker and go and get him. And oh no, 8v7 by this point. I think these people fucking bail out right at the end because they don't want a loss on the, and I don't get that. But there should be a record of people who don't finish a round. You should. I was just firing wilder there because just bodies everywhere. I had no idea. Then I realised we'd disarmed it. We should definitely implement some sort of penalty or take fucking points away if you bail out of a match before the end. I think, and also if you've got if you spend 80% of your time attacking, then there should also be a penalty for that as well. I thought I just had a sneaky feeling someone was still alive in this boat. I thought someone's going to have bailed out, and there he is, Mr. Sniper. Although somehow he got away from me as well. I think someone else fucking polishes him off. Yeah, but there you go, we won. So anyway, guys, I hope you have a good weekend. Thanks for listening, and take it easy, and make sure you defend. Thanks for listening. Bye.